Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Really Charlie podcast. My name is Charlie Perry, and my guest today is Natalie Jean, singer, songwriter. Definitely someone you got to get to know. Make sure that you join us with this podcast, interact as much as you can, and share this podcast on your Facebook. And make sure that the post is public so everybody can kind of see and interact like from Natalie's page and your page, and then we get more comments to the podcast, and that way we have a strong kind of interaction. So, Natalie, how you doing today?
I am well. I'm still alive in a pandemic.
Oh yes, God bless. I'm in. You know what? It was a tough year and a half, and we all went through some things and lost some people, and but we keep plugging away and keep doing the best we can out of everything.
Yep, that's the only thing we can do.
Yes. So we got Joey Gonzalez already joined us. Hey, Joey, how you doing? Thank you. All right. So, Natalie, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of read your bio so the people that are
Okay.
here, and we'll just go from there.
Alrighty.
All right. So, everyone, our guest is Natalie Jean. Natalie Jean is a Haitian singer songwriter that specializes in Americana music. She can sing in English, French, Spanish, and Creole. Natalie has been nominated for and won many awards for her music, including six nominations at the 2021 Josie Music Awards, in which she won World Artist of the Year and Versatile Artist of the Year. She has also won two gold medals at the Global Music Awards. Natalie is now a voting member in the Recording Academy, the organization that hosts the Grammys each year. Natalie does not follow any guidelines or rules when she writes her music. She utilizes a vast array of genres when writing and trying to break down the barriers that usually constrict Americana musicians. She tries. She stays true to herself writing and singing from her heart and soul, trying to create music that makes a difference, music that people can take to heart and feel connected to. Some of Natalie Jean's biggest musical influences are Elvis Presley, Lena Horne, Ella Fitzgerald, Celine Dion, Billie Holiday, and Nina Simone. Natalie released her first of six albums in 2013, a jazz and pop album titled Obsession, and her latest album was released in February 2020, titled Where Do We Go From Here, which features the emotional track I Am. Natalie Jean's voice is paired beautifully with a wonderful guitar melody. She delivers a very passionate ballad that provides listeners with a vulnerable look into her life. It is a perfect example of Jean's songwriting abilities and shows why she has been nominated for so many awards in her career and why she has won so many of those awards. I don't know if you had anything to do with that bio, but I got to tell you, it's 100% correct. And I feel it. I definitely, when I read that and I started going to some of your videos and listening to some of your music on Spotify, I really enjoyed it. And I want to say that you're a blessing and keep up your blessings.
Thank you.
All right. So the
Thanks, Deb.
how, what did you first get into? Like singing? How long has it been? Who inspired you? Other than it,
That's a good question. So I was never supposed to be in music, but I grew up in a household of music. My father is like a famous Haitian singer, so I had music around me all the time. And I loved to dance, but I was a very shy kid, so there was no way I was getting into the music industry. And I also have an aunt who started the first all-female band in Haiti called Risque. So I was
Okay.
always around it. I had
Mm.
it there in my blood, but I wanted to do other things. After high school, I moved to not high school. After college, I moved to New York, and I was going through some things, and I was writing spiritual poetry. And my parents were like, well, "Why don't you do a 3-song demo or whatever?" I was like, "Really?" And I didn't even know I could sing, so I
Hmm.
did that. And I sent the recordings out to the internet universe, and the now bankrupt Tate Music Group found my music, and oh, we want to sign you, blah blah blah. And so they helped me create my first album called Obsession. But they weren't doing what they were supposed to, and so
Okay.
I left them and did my own thing. So it kind of the music thing is very surreal because I still wake up in the morning to wonder how I got here. But I really started in 2011, and so when I do anything, I become obsessed with it. And so I basically, after the whole Take Music Group thing, I just started to put my music out into the internet universe and just see where I could get some feedback or whatever. So then I started submitting more to songwriting contests and um, music awards and stuff like that. And then that's history. I mean, then I did one album after the other, and music has been my saving grace.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you got into it. I'm glad it's in your blood. It's definitely in your family. It just it music isn't. I mean, I write poetry, so
Mm,
I'm always trying to do something every day on a daily basis, and music is poetry, and you just and if you and with you writing it and then singing it, I mean, it just gives that good vibe. I mean, to you personally, I assume, it just comes out a whole lot better when you're doing it, and you're writing it, you're doing it from A to Z, just makes it that much more special.
right, right. During the time that I was the first album, I worked with my father's producer, and then a friend of mine, Lisa, she introduced me to my now music producer, whose name is Alexi von Gutenberg. He's young, he's with it, and stuff like that. So he's really guided me along the way, and he works for a big music publishing company called Big Yellow Dog. So he's had placements on Dancing with the Stars and Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, you name it, he's been on it, and his music has been on it. So it's been awesome to have him as my guide because he really knows what's going on out there in the world. Not that I don't know, but he knows more than I do.
Hmm.
Um, I actually write for several genres. I don't just stick to Americana. Right now, I'm sticking to Americana because it allows me to create for many different genres. Like I do R&B, pop, dance, instrumental, contemporary, country, rap, whatever. You name it, I do it. Because as artists now, we have to, become more versatile
Yes.
and try to get our music into sync and licensing. So I'm trying to do both: create new albums, create new singles, and just try to get the music out there.
You think producing's in your future?
Yeah, so it's funny because I have evolved as a songwriter. I would say that, when I first started, there's so many things, dynamics that go along with the music business. I don't play an instrument, but I still need to learn because I have a smart keyboard that's been in a box for years. I've just been so busy. I haven't had time to do that.
Hmm.
But when I work with my music producer, I create the lyrics and I know what instruments I want. Sometimes I'll sing a melody inside of my voice recorder, and then voila, I'll give it to my music producer, and we create the song together. So, now I'm more into the production side in the sense of I know what I want to hear, what instruments are, whether it's going to be a ballad, it's going to be a tempo song. These are the dynamics that I've learned along the way.
Okay, cool. So what's up next for you? Other than
If I tell you, I must have been on some drugs because I released like 7 singles in one week. I don't know who does that. I have a Haitian song out that I released on August 13th. Um, it's called Moise IT. And then in October, I had one after I think it was 5 or 6. I had Authentically Me. Then the next day was Love is Blind. The next day was Together We Shine. Then the next day was I'm Done. Then the next day was I Can't Resist You. And then I have a holiday single coming out on October 23rd. So my whole thing now is to focus on pushing those singles. Together We Shine and Love Is Blind is for that show called Love Is Blind. My friend Lisa is a collaborator on it, and she said, "Oh, we need to write a song, try to get it at the show." So trying to push that. And then I Can't Resist You. I watched the show, the hit Netflix series Sex Life, and I was just like, I don't know why. I never do that where I watch a show and I'm like, oh, I'd love to be able to write a song for it.
Uh-huh.
That specific show. And so I decided, oh, my phone. My phone started talking because I don't know what you mean by sex life. I'm like, who's saying that? Technology. But so I was like, I need to write a song based on that, the female's point of view. And so I created that song. So I'm trying to get that song into, now they've been renewed for season 2. So hopefully they'll get to that.
Awesome.
Yep. So that's what I'm doing.
Good. Christian Perry Speller says, so proud of you, Natalie Jean.
Yeah, I see that.
There's a lot of people proud of you, I can assume, and doing great things. Michael Samail says, good evening, Charlie and Natalie. How you doing, Michael?
Good evening.
A constant supporter of the Really Charlie podcast. I really love it. So, all right, let's see here. The one thing that I've been meeting a lot of people, and it's strictly from from Christian Speller and then the Indie Collaborative, and I think that's fascinating. It was the first time this year was the first time I knew anything about it, and some great artists, great people, and are you part of that?
Yeah, I am part of that group.
Okay, all right. And I was so moved by a lot of people that are a part of it, and now I'm interacting with them on Facebook and many social media groups and stuff like that. So, but I'm going to continue to do whatever I can to get those artists on this podcast.
Yeah.
The music was amazing, and I just love it. And eventually, I like to do some songwriting, and so I'm gonna have to speak to the lady on the board right there, and see if she can help me out.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that are looking for collaborators. I guess I get that recently. I get asked a lot, whether it's lyricists that just need somebody to sing their songs, or people that want to do a collaboration. All different types of things. I just finished a collaboration with my friend Michael Peloso.
Mm-hmm.
I was encouraging him as a lyricist to just do an album, get different types of people to sing their songs, and he did. And he asked me to sing one of them. So that song is out from his album called Life's Little Accidents. Rear View. So, yeah, collaborations are great.
Yeah. Looks like Christian wants to collaborate with you.
I see that. So, bring it on. I'm here.
That's it. Make that connection happen. Make that happen. Between the both of you, that should be something special. Exactly. The collaboration is good, just like you said. And the one thing with Christian, she's gonna be there from A to Z, and and with you, it's amazing. Both of you so kind of got this strong vibe about yourselves. You feel good about yourselves, and
Yeah.
that's the only motivation you probably need. I'm assuming that's all you need.
Exactly. So, yeah, to do any of this stuff, you have to really believe in yourself, and you can't care about what people think.
No, you gotta
business.
Have to be the best promoter, best motivator you possibly can be. So, but the all your social media, I'm trying to get connected. I'm going to share on this podcast and on my group, so I can put you out there as much as I can, and just get it out there.
You
I
know what
felt so,
I
I
get?
felt so good listening to Spotify and all your songs one after another. It was so nice, you know. It didn't have to touch the music in the well, it was my work van, you know, and I was just driving along, just listening. Kept me in a good mood, get me all psyched up for this podcast that
Awesome.
we, you know. So Christian said, Natalie Jean, I believe that says, understands me. We're the spicy ones.
We are the spicy ones. We
Yeah.
speak our
So
truth.
and the one and only Shara Suri. Hi, Natalie. So glad you have discovered your music.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.
And I had a great podcast with her, and I'm very happy and excited about, you know, the podcast with you. It's so, you know, I was blessed this month. I was blessed, well, since last month, you know, going to the Indie Collaborative and running into all kinds of people. And, you know, doing the podcast is great. And there's one thing that I do is I'm also, you know, on a radio station. So
Okay.
I get to put different music on there and stuff like that. So things are moving for me, and I'm so blessed. This pandemic has allowed me to do this podcast. Um, Initially, you know, especially when I didn't have much to do, so it kind of pushed me forward to do the podcast.
Right.
And you know, what did you do during the pandemic? You know, was it what kept you busy?
Huh. Well, I had a full time job. I had a full time job for the entire pandemic. We worked remotely.
Okay.
Um, and then I did a lot of music webinars and conferences. I still worked on music. Um, so basically, that's what I did. But I ended up losing that job in May.
Okay.
The dynamics changed, and so now I'm just focusing on music, trying to do my thing. But now I'm like super busy. One of the other things that I started with a friend of mine, she asked me to be part of this company called Sisters in Music, where we support women in the music, entertainment, and arts, and the men and brothers that support us. And so I've been busy with my own podcast. Had
Oh, nice to
lots,
hear.
yeah, lots of people on that. We continue to have lots of people on that. So we're doing IG Live, and we have a podcast on Blog Talk Radio. That's been keeping me pretty busy. And now with the pushing of these songs, I mean, it takes a lot of work to come up with strategies on Instagram and
Hmm.
Spotify, Twitter, and all this stuff. So that's what I'm focused on. It's crazy.
No, I'm gonna follow you and make sure I follow you with every in on any platform, all the platforms that you're involved in. Um, just because I'm a fan, you know, and it's good. I'm glad that we were connected, you know, and that's what social media is good sometimes. You know, I try to bring out all the positive stuff about social media, and it connects people and
Right.
and and does good things for me. It does. Let's see. Christian says I was on the Sisters in Music podcast and blog talk with Nat. It was great. Good
Yeah,
job.
we had a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I do what I can to follow you and put you out there. The uh Out of all these years that you've been doing this, uh,
Mm.
you have the you know, you had mentioned the Nina Simone, Elvis Presley, and all the different inspirations for you that get you motivated.
Right.
Um, you know, and I believe that you have some people that are inspired by you, and they want to get into music just because of you. Um, is anyone approached you about that? You know, and say, hey, you inspired me. I want to do this. I want to do that. You know, and is that something you want to take on? Do you want to be that inspiration for someone?
There are people that contact me to ask me guidance. In fact, one of the things that I'm doing with the Recording Academy is this year I am a mentor in the Grammy U thing that they have. And
Okay.
so I've been helping this young lady. The young lady knows a lot, but I'm helping this young lady with a lot of things and giving her ideas for branding and stuff. But a lot of people will come to me and ask me questions of, where they should put their songs, songwriting contest. Or they'll send me their songs and to ask me what I think of the songs. So I'll give advice on that. But yeah, there are a few people that will do that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
You always got to kind of pay it forward.
yeah, no,
Even,
definitely.
yeah, because
Um,
it comes back to you. It will come back to you.
um,
Um,
because I was telling one person that was funny that you brought that up. I was telling one person today. I said, it's amazing how all these artists, a lot of them come from being homeless, having to beg to be heard, and they don't give back. I don't
mhm.
know. Even if somebody like Ed Sheeran was like homeless, if even if he could say, okay, take three independent artists nobody knows and try to help them, I don't understand that. You know what the struggle is. You have
Yes,
millions of dollars and you can help people. I know that if I ever get to a point where I can do that, I'm definitely going to help.
yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
big, it's a big enough platform for everybody.
yeah. Can't forget where you come from, and because look look at look at Charlie Wilson.
Mm,
Look at his story. He was at the top of the world, and he was homeless.
right?
And so if someone that goes to the highest peak as possible and then falls flat on their face,
Hmm.
but you know what? He that fight in him, and
Right.
he always gives credit to to his wife, and he calls her his best friend, and they do everything together. And I'm a fan of him. But you know what? He never ever ever forgets. He's constantly giving to people, and so if he can do it, guess what? Someone someone starting off should be able to do the same.
Amen.
Just
Amen.
kind words, kind praises, that goes a long way. Especially, I mean, with me, it goes a long way. The uh, let's see. I don't know if you want me to share a video, if that's possible. I can do that.
It's up to you. I don't know which one you're sharing, but go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna I'm gonna share the one that I like the most today because I got a lot of catching up when it comes to Natalie Jean. So let's see. Let's find it here. Let's find it. Let's find it. All right. Let's see. It's so weird that our names are already associated with things.
Yeah.
We're already connected.
Right.
All right. Let's see. Uh, I missed a step. I missed a step here. Look at me, really look at me. You don't know me, yet you judge me. You look at the color of my skin and assume all the wrong things. You would rather listen to the noise. You call me names without any proof of your claims. This says more about you than it says anything about me. You fan the flames of hate, hoping I'd bow down and assume my fate. Your words are hollow. I refuse to be afraid of my own shadow. Let me tell you,
I I am a black woman, born free. And you can't take that away from me. I won't be told what and who I am supposed to be. I won't give in to your fears, nor will I give you any of my tears. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am love, I am truth, I am everything that I'm meant to be. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am, I am, I am, I am, I am. I just am. I am. I just am. I am.
That was amazing.
Well, thank you.
You write that whole thing, she you wrote that the whole song.
Yes, I did. That one's an interesting one because I wanted to do a song on racism, but I wanted it to be very different than anything that you heard out there. And at first I was trying to be generic and try to do verse, chorus, and I'm like, why am I always trying to do this? I should just write it the way that I want. So I wrote it like a poem, and then I needed one more word. It was killing me, and then I went to the gym and I was like, that's it. I was watching a show, and the word popped up in the show, and then I wrote it. And then when I went to Alexi, my music producer, I told him the instrumentation I wanted. I had a singer songwriter, Americana, and then um, and then he said, okay, we put everything together, and then I sang it. I did that song in one take.
Wow,
One. I didn't have to.
that's
That
nice.
was like, okay. He goes, wow, that's it. All right. So yeah,
Inspiring, definitely inspiring. That the the art, the picture, the everything, it just inspires you, gets you kind of in that mood,
right.
and continue to, man, I just kind of, I can write a lot out of that, and just a few phrases in there, and I am, it's that self empowerment. It's just unbelievable, and it empowers others. Got Christian writing, wow, it's beautiful. So, Deb Silver Gomes, beautiful song. Well done, Natalie.
Thank
And
you.
yes, and Debbie, please, go on Spotify, put in Natalie Jean, and just listen to her music. Definitely, set the mood, wind you down, especially after a day of work or whatever. It just kind of, just get you in the mood, man. It's great
Mm,
job, Natalie.
thank you.
The so I we're at 30 minutes. I don't know how much longer you can go. I like to keep you on as long as possible. But I know you're a busy person, so the we and on the podcast, I usually ask people, who would you like to see on the Really Charlie podcast, and it could be anybody, whether I know them or not. Just anybody you wanted me to reach out and try to get on this podcast, I would definitely reach out to them. And is there any, one or a few people that you would like to see on this podcast or hear on this podcast?
I definitely want to put my friend Nikki Chris because we do everything together.
Okay.
And then the other person you should have on there is Richard Prasad Jr. Now, he's a talent. He plays several different instruments. He has over 30,000 followers on TikTok. He's amazing. He goes to Berkeley right now, Berkeley University in Boston. He's very good.
Good.
Before I posted a video because he performed at our show in New York that we did this past weekend, and I posted a video that we're going to post more of him. He's exceptional. For those two people, definitely. And the one more would be Kit Wakely.
Okay.
The Billboard charting artist and a great album that's like classical metal and rock.
I most definitely will reach out to them. If I need some help, I'm gonna kind of reach out to you and ask for some help, if possible. But it's one thing. If I need to go get someone or ask someone to come on the podcast, I'm truly gonna do it. I'm not intimidated by reaching out to strangers. I like doing it, and that's what it's about. I'm only trying to highlight people, and I think even if it's a little, it's still a highlight, and it still may. I mean, look how you started. You started just singing to the internet, and look where it got you. Look where they got you.
Crazy.
Yes. Well, Natalie, if you have anything closing you want to add to this, anything possible, please, say it now. And I just want to be a fan of yours. I want to work on our networking and collaboration and share everything that you're doing, including your podcast. I'll add that to my podcast group and keep, bring some people in that direction. If you're about empowering women, there's a lot of women that are following me and definitely should go to, and reach out to you and listen to your blog and everything and read your blog and definitely just do that. I think it's good in numbers and I'm going to try to do the best I can. All right. So anything local in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New England, anything local that concert, showing, anything?
Yeah, this past weekend in New York was one of them. Sisters in Music is trying to do something in LA in January. But right now, just focusing on pushing the music, trying to book some things. We'll see what happens. We're still in a pandemic. Some things are open, some are not.
Yes.
We'll see what happens, but just continuing to create music and collaborating.
Well, when you get to LA, make sure Christian and Marvin are a host of something. Make sure they treat you right, take you out to dinner, do something. They're good hosts. I love them. They're doing good things out there, and and if you need a violinist,
okay,
you should look up Crystal Alforky. She's in the San Diego or LA area. I'm gonna have to hook you up with her. She's done many, and with Beyonce's Coachella, and she's worked with Stevie Wonder. She's done a lot, and that will definitely be someone that you can collaborate with. She happens to be my cousin, and I'm gonna try to get you guys hooked up, and because the music you're doing is amazing, and please keep it up.
I will.
All right, Natalie, I'm only a message away. If you need me, give me a holler. Anything, your friends, anything you want to suggest they come on my podcast, just send me a message and I'll reach out to them.
Okay.
Just like you and I did.
Fantastic.
All right. You have a great evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. All right, everyone. That was a great artist. Her bio speaks for itself. She's definitely Somebody that came into my view, and I'm glad that you know her friend, my family reached out and we got her on the podcast. But just go, find her on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify. She's on YouTube. Subscribe to her channel, like it. She's got many views, and she deserves a whole lot more. She's doing great, great things, mentoring people at the Record Academy, and she's casting votes for up and coming musicians to possibly win their first Grammy. So these are the people you got to support, and supporting them by sharing their music, in every platform that they possibly are. She happens to have a podcast, so I'll continue to grab all that stuff of hers and share it on the Facebook group, Really Charlie Facebook group, so you can continue to support our guest. Um, it was nice to see, Shara Suri on here, Kristen Speller. These are all guests that were here on the Really Charlie podcast, and they're coming back and they're supporting other artists just by giving a comment, and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I love that. I love that. And so this is what really Charlie is all about. It's just highlighting people, especially when they're doing their thing, doing the things they love. And as you see, most of the guests that come on here, and all the guests really, they come on, they're excited, they're proud, they're happy. They're giving me comments later on about the podcast, and that's what it's about. We're all a community. It's a village. Let's do this thing together. Um, and click and subscribe to all the different channels. So that was Natalie Jean. Natalie Jean. She's on Spotify. I highly recommend you get on Spotify and do your thing and listen to her music. You'll definitely fall in love with her. All right. So I got another podcast tomorrow. Young lady, grown woman now, that I watched grow up. And it's Sierra DePina. She'll be on tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the Really Charlie podcast. And try to get a good visual of her book. It's called Misguided. Pretty thick book. Sierra DePina. Awesome book cover. Look at that. Look how thick that is. It's nothing but poems, inspirational poems that look, I'm into the first few pages of it. Sierra DePina. She'll be on tomorrow on the Really Charlie podcast. So please join me, and we can go back and forth. Some of her poetry, first book, and we definitely want to make sure that we support her also. All right, everyone. So our guest was Natalie Jean. Search, find her, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Look up this amazing artist. Amazing. Her song is inspiring. She inspired a few things that I hope I can write in the next couple of days. Just an amazing artist. And one other thing. Saturday, I'm going to definitely do another podcast, spot a podcast, and we're going to talk about different things. The NFL coach John Gruden and his derogatory emails that were sent seven to 10 years ago, and and where it's put him and the NFL, and it's definitely going to probably affect many other people. And then I also want to talk about the Museum of African American History on Nantucket Island, and it was vandalized 3 years ago. And guess what? They're still investigating it. 3 years. And many people know who the suspects are, and one person had already been to court, and but they're still investigating. Is it a cover-up? I don't know. Seems like it. 3 years. You know me. I did investigations for a long, long time. Doesn't take that long, especially when you have a named person. And when you have a named person and you have a lot, enough evidence to move forward with it, move forward with it. Why does a civilian have to push the issue? And there's a civilian on the island that's pushing the issue, along with many, many others. Nantucket Island is a beautiful place, and they don't deserve this black eye that this investigation is doing to the island. A lot of history on that island, and it seems like things are going at a slow pace. And that's usually cronyism, nepotism. So, and it just goes on and on. So, I'm going to bring that to light a little bit. It's one thing about me. I'm not intimidated by anyone. And I hope that I can shed some light on this and speed up this process. All right, everyone. And that will be 7 p.m. on Saturday. Something that just happened. So I got to go ahead and put it on the airwaves on the Really Charlie podcast. Please join me on StreamYard, Anchor, Spotify, and Facebook, along with my YouTube channel. I'm usually on once a week, twice a week, just trying to highlight someone that we all know or don't know. So please continue to support the Really Charlie podcast. And on Tuesdays, I'm on WMB1 Radio, serving you R&B music, chilled music, and a chilled host. Actually, two hosts, where you get to listen to the music you love the most on WNB1Radio.com. And my co-host is Russell Ramus. Definitely did some DJing over the years at 91.1 WUSM. And I'm glad that him and I can get together on Tuesdays, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And the website is www.wnb1radio.com. You can click on the app. If you got an Android, go to Google Play. And if not, just put the website in your browser, and the address. And you can listen to music 24/7 on WMB1 Radio. And if you have any requests, you can send it to me on my Facebook page, anywhere, and I'll make sure that song is on the playlist for the upcoming week. Take care, everyone. Love you. God bless. Be well. Take care.